Testing. Okay. Okay, looks like we are live. Everybody, my name is Bahzad.
My name is Risa.
And we are broadcasting live from Yokohama, Japan, to bring to you the world's greatest live stream, the world's greatest live stream, the Wonder Looper live stream, where we talk about all the important things around the Wonder Looper world and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. So sometimes the so forth stuff takes a lot of precedent, but we'll see. We'll see where this live stream takes us.
Oh, I think we're packed with relevant topics today.
That is likely true, because today we've got this racko stuff behind me, and we're going to be talking about that. This is Spring Summer 26. It's the first preview. Nobody's seen this yet. Nobody in the world, not even our retail partners. If they're watching right now, you're seeing it for the first time, but we're sharing it with you guys first. We've got release information where you might be able to get some stuff already. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a jam-packed, action-packed episode here on the Wonder Looper live stream. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from today. Let us know what you're wearing, what you're doing, what's on your mind. What do you want me to rant about? What do you want Risa to rant about? Does Risa rant a lot? Not a lot. We'll see if we can get her on a rant. We'll see. We've got some time. Everybody, welcome. Jason Scott in the chat, pre-leaving a message. Have a great show. Look forward to catching up in the morning. Hit that like button, everybody. Lots of love from the UK. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jason Scott. We've got Terp Wizard. Excited for the drop next Friday. Won't be able to make it to the stream tonight. Going to be listening in the morning while catching up on some gardening. Fantastic. That's a great way to enjoy the show. I know not everybody watches live, but if you're watching on the replay, we appreciate it. Some good background stuff, maybe. Mm-hmm. We've got Andre. Looking forward to the live stream. Can I ask if you guys have tips for re-dyeing the triple heavyweight t-shirt if the black starts fading? Love what you guys do. Any tips, Miss Risa?
I don't know. I think I would say embrace the fading.
Yeah.
Honestly, but if you really, really like the, dark jet blue look, obviously there's options.
Jet black.
Jet black. Yes.
Jet black.
What did I say?
Jet blue.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the airline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then obviously there's like dyeing method, like red dye.
Red dye.
There's options, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. If your colors are fading a little bit, I'm more of just embrace the fade, right? That's just life. That's normal. That's how things go. But if you really do want that dark jet black look into Rit Dye. R-I-T-D-Y-E, Rit Dye. They make a lot of different products. They can dye anything. And they've got great tutorials on their YouTube channel on how to do it. You can do it at home, and you can restore those colors. Or change them to a different color. If you've got a white tee, or maybe you have a colored tee and you want to experiment, you can do a lot of fun stuff with the Rit dye.
You can't change black into anything else.
No.
It's going to be black.
It's going to be black. Bleach, then black. Anyways. Don't do that. Okay. Well, there you go. Mr. Solvent, hello from the UK. Gonna put on some French Terry Wonder Looper shorts and chill tonight.
Nice.
We're going to be showing off some Wonder Looper, Super Looper sweatpants today, so stick around. You're going to get the first sneak peek of that. Shake Style is checking in from Sydney, Australia. Going to tennis today in my Wonder Looper double heavyweight hoodie. Watching the replay later. It is fall winter there in backwards upside down land of Australia.
Yeah, but to go tennis?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Why not? It's cold. You gotta stay cool. You gotta stay warm.
Are you watching it or are you playing it? Because to play, I feel like that's just like wearing a weight.
You gotta do that Goku training. Put on the weights and get strong. Mm-hmm. Right? That's how it goes. All right. McKinley Pina says they're twinning. Indeed, we are. We're going to talk about these t-shirts. These are our new Ringer tees. We talked about it a little bit in the newsletter. We're going to talk about this as part of the Spring Summer 26 collection. The Moore is greeting us from the DMV, wearing my FoxFibre t-shirt and Naked Famous Love and Peace jeans. I have to say that was one of my favorite jeans that we did as of late. You know, when our times there at the Naked and Famous denim 11 piece, we need more of it in the world, and we're able to get that one out. I don't work there anymore, so I don't know, but I just wonder what the sales were compared to the vulgar selvage.
Wow, I think you know the answer
I think I know the answer to it. And like every year when we wanted to we always did the vulgar selvage with the swear words on the selvage ID. And like, you know, the next year we're like, okay, we should do positive. We should do positive. And we're just like, yeah, but the sales. And this time we did it. And I think it's a relevant time.
Yes.
And yeah, you know, I'm a peace-loving man.
Yes.
And
but even the peace-loving man, you know, just you can have fun with jeans. But I mean, I think it goes both ways. You can also have fun with
you can
positive message.
Yeah, negative messages. Fun with the negative, fun with the positive. Anyhow.
That's what I meant initially, but also goes the other way too.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'm glad you've got them, and I'm glad you're enjoying them. Chris Diaz, hello from Colorado, everybody. Thanks for checking in. We've got Sean checking in from Dallas. Solvents, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I don't know what a Jet 2 holiday is, but maybe you mean JetBlue, or maybe there's another airline called Jet 2. I don't know. We've got Benjamin Curry. Good to see you, my friend. Yo, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you here in the chat, my friend. It's been a while. And we've got Forrest Sun. Hello from Nuevo Mexico. Looking forward to buying an Iron Mordant shirt next week. Wearing my Tokushima Level 2 Indigo today.
Nice.
Fantastic. We've got some dyed tees to talk about as well. I really can't get enough of the Super Looper in purple. McKinley Pina. I don't know how to say it right. I'm just going to call you McKinley. Pina.
Squiggle.
The squiggle. Pina. Like a Nino?
El Nino has.
All right. Pina.
And Nina.
All right.
The girl version.
I will have to practice my Espanol. Peña. McKinley Peña. All right. Anyhow, Ombre Dragon. Hello from Seattle. Stuck in Seahawk traffic. Can't believe football season is here. I did not even know football season is here. But there you go. It's a short season, but an exciting one. All right. Well, everybody.
I wonder if our live stream view goes down during football season.
It's possible. There's a lot of... Look, it's a Friday night.
Yes.
It's prime time. We might have a little bit of competition out there in the world. But that's okay, because not everybody watches live. A lot of people also tune in later on, right? Which is fine. Live, later on, or many years down the road, anytime you tune in, it's Wonder Looper time. We appreciate you here.
I'm just going to point out how
perfect mugs these are.
And my t-shirts are matching.
I also picked the slightly ecru version of this Snoopy mug to also fit in with the old retro vintageness of today's outfits. We've got Snoopy and Lucy here, just, you know, enjoying some baseball time. All right, so everybody, let's talk about what we're wearing today. And then we'll get into what's on that rack. We'll get into some releases. We're going to get into your questions. All right. Wait, I want to answer one more. Todd McGuire, I just see it. Hello from Manchester, UK. Interested to see the new lineup and to add... Interested to see the new lineup and to add to the collection. Can't decide between the Iron Mordant tee or the Coyote 15 in the next drop. Well, we're going to show those off today, and maybe we'll help you decide. Okay, but we've got a lot of t-shirts. You know, Wonder Looper here. We are your I don't know if we're becoming your t-shirt resource here, but we've got some very interesting t-shirts on the way coming up. So spring summer 26, we're introducing a brand new t-shirt, and this is the new Ringer tee. And you can see the one I'm wearing and the one Risa's wearing are slightly different, but of course very, very similar in style. Now, it's a little dark in here, but you can see that mine's a little bit more charcoal-y based, a little darker toned, in fact.
But this actually, that color is the same color as our same same yarn as the oatmeal color.
Oatmeal color in the
fleece FoxFibre.
Fleece FoxFibre. Okay, so we're going to compare that. So these are made out of the same exterior yarns as our fleeced FoxFibre sweatshirts.
Yes.
And so you have this beautiful gradient tone, and it's a mix of recycled cottons here. And you can see that this one has like sort of a brownish, grayish tone to it here. And this is the one that I'm wearing. And we have it paired up with the iron mordant ribbing. So it's a FoxFibre iron mordant ribbing with a recycled cotton base, and it has like this, mix of different colors, like beiges and grays in here to give you a sort of a retro tone. For me, it gives off that sort of 50-50 t-shirt look. So if you don't know what a 50-50 tee is, a 50% polyester, 50% cotton. A lot of vintage t-shirts are made out of this composition. They're very light and sort of, they have that very comfortable look, but they also have a distinctive sort of streaky look to them. So it has that look despite being 100% cotton. And then we have the one that Risa's wearing right here.
Mm-hmm. This one, the base color is a little bit lighter. It's more white in it, more ecru in it. And then the contrast rib is all FoxFibre 70B, original FoxFibre Tsuriami t-shirt.
Right.
Shares this rib.
So 2 distinctive colors made with the recycled cotton base and in that old school look. And what makes them a ringer tee, of course, is that you have that contrast collar and you have that contrast sleeve here as well. So it gives you that old school flair, which I put it on this morning and I'm just like, man, I love this t-shirt. It's very fun to wear. Cute. It's very cool. Yeah. And I don't have big muscles or anything, but like, look at that. Like, it makes me look like I got muscles, right? Give them a little flex there. Look at that. We got the She-Hulk over here. So I think it fits very well. It wraps around your arms nicely. And it gives you that old school flair. And like, let's just, for the outfit today, we've got, you got the ringer tee, you got the vintage Levi's here. Like, very, very old school look. I got the Converse on too. Hard to show that off, but, I don't know. I feel young again wearing this t-shirt. And don't you feel nice?
I'm also wearing jeans today. And it's just it's a nice, easy outfit. It makes me feel like it's a t-shirt and jeans, but it makes me feel like
you have an outfit.
Yes.
Right.
And then I'm also rocking my
match
high top.
Yeah. Sorry. We both got our high top Converse on. We really went for the twin style today.
Yeah. But so my, ringer tee usually has like white base with like a
red or blue, very
primary colored contrast, and I love those too as well. So someday we definitely want to make it, but I think this was just like perfect. Kind of, it doesn't look like you're like going to PE class.
Right. It has sort of, I'm going to say like these masculine tones to them, these earthy tones. So like you said, like it really puts an outfit together. Whereas, the more traditional ringer tees with the poppy colors, they tend to feel a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot more sporty, which I do like. I do appreciate it. I just know that they're, look, I think down the line, we are definitely going to make those colorful ones. And
it goes with, like, Super Looper.
Right.
Yeah.
It might be cool to do, like, a corresponding Super Looper color ringer tee.
Yeah.
And I think that those are going to be a lot of fun. Are they going to be our best-selling t-shirts? I don't think so.
Not.
But I think they're going to be a lot of fun. Now, these, I think, are a lot more versatile in terms of, like, wearability, just because of their, like, earthiness. And, you throw this on with a sweatshirt, you throw it on with, like, a jean jacket. I was wearing it today with my chore coat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you just throw it on like this and you're good to go. And it gives you like another little level of contrast here, which I think is quite nice. So ringer tees are coming for spring, summer 26. I'm very excited for these ones.
Yeah, and I forgot the actual weight, but it is very lightweight.
Yeah.
So it's compared to like we have the Tsuriami FoxFibre tees are around 250. Is it?
Tsuriami FoxFibre, I think we can
275.
double check. Hold on, we've got the internet right here with our website. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to remember all the weights of everything. FoxFibre Tsuriami t-shirt. Let's go over to the Wonder Looper website. So the FoxFibre Tsuriami t-shirts come in at 228 GSM.
Okay. So it's significantly lighter than that.
Yeah.
I think it's under 200
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. So it is light and it's very soft. I think it's the recycled cotton like yarns. Like it's just very, very soft.
Yeah. If you have the fleeced FoxFibre the fleeced FoxFibre sweatshirt, you'll like if you have it, you know how soft it is, and so it's a very, very soft cotton.
Yeah.
So just to show you, it's the same exterior cotton we're using here and the same we're using here. So it's basically the t-shirt version of this, and we're still incorporating that FoxFibre.
It would be very nice to wear this under this.
Oh yeah, just a little peek through or on the zip up. Yeah. It's gonna look nice. So there you have it, folks. And of course, we've got Sally Fox here in the chat, the mother of FoxFibre here. You got to say hello to Miss Sally Fox if you're in the chat right now. C Beak says ringer tees are usually not my favorite, but these look fantastic. Well, thank you very much. I do think that sometimes the classic ringer is not for everybody. I know that. I know they're bright, they're colorful, and like sometimes they feel a little too like gym class. I like that look. It's not for everybody. So anyhow, I know, but these we really wanted to make something that anybody could put on and feel comfortable in. So that was really the goal with this.
Get a taste of FoxFibre.
Right. Yeah, you get a little taste of everything with this one. So there you go. GSW says, so it's like a 50-50, except it's still all cotton. I say it has that 50-50 look. Sometimes the 50-50, they're a little bit more transparent also. This doesn't have that transparency, as you can see. And then also with the 50-50, the more you wash them over time, they become even more transparent. Like they just sort of break down in a weird way, which is, for me, as like someone who can appreciate them, I like it, but like they degrade. Yeah. And it's that degradability that makes them sort of so comfortable, but they're not, they're just kind of comfy cozy, not so much like they're going to last. Like they're on their last legs they're at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, obviously all cotton is better for you breathability wise and, environmental impact wise. Everything is all natural.
Yeah. And in this, you've got the all natural and then you've got the recycled cotton. So, this is one thing I have to say that I really, we're not the kind of brand that really sort of, forces that opinion a lot.
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
And there are brands that are like, that's their identity. Yeah. And I don't think it is ours, but we pursue good.
We pursue quality on top of everything else, right? And so to use the best materials, the most sustainable materials, and put them all together, and also just make something good. Like, it's great that it has all this environmental stuff behind it, but if it's not a good product, like most people aren't actually going to care. The most important thing is that the products are good. Yeah. And like that is our first and foremost, goal. Right?
But I think this also goes back to our conversation with Sally when she was on our live stream. We talked about similar things, and it's just that sometimes like you pursue good and you wear what feels good, and there's maybe a reason why it feels good on you. Maybe because it's more close to nature, more organic, things like that. So we're not like, oh, if it's not organic cotton, we're not gonna make it kind of brand, obviously, but
generally speaking, we pursue those types of cottons. Yeah. But what we really do is we pursue the best type of cotton. Or, it's also about how you use those cottons, right? It's not just this cotton is good. It's like there's also a recipe to it. How do how do you spin that cotton? How do you comb that cotton? Like all the different processes in between, just the raw material and, to the final garment. It's all also in the recipe, right? Better quality ingredients are the start, and then it's how you cook it, right? We were watching King of the Hill, the new King of the Hill last night, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. This is not a spoiler; it's just a plot line. Bobby, who's grown up, and Hank, who's the old dad, they're making some beer, and like they're having different sort of approaches to it.
What's good beer?
Yeah.
And initially Hank was like, I would imagine like kind of like a mass market, like like old school dad beers, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the best kind of beer. And then Bobby is more like the new wave,
craft
it's
beers,
like if you're gonna make it with interesting taste. You gotta tell the story, blah blah blah. And
we were watching it, and we were thinking like a lot of this relates to us also, and like how we use things.
100%. Because we've been through that, you know, being the young guy, and then also we're turning into that dad age,
right?
And
so we've been through it all, and it's just again like the recipe matters, and like what the outcome, what you're trying to establish, it has to mean something. And I think we really try to make some interesting items, but first and foremost, it all boils down to like making a good quality item, and I don't think you can do that without good quality materials. But there are a lot of processes in between, right?
Yeah.
I would say that sometimes you'll see. I'm not gonna throw shade or anything, but like you'll see it out there in the world because there's brands of cotton or materials and things out there in the world, and you'll just see like a very sort of mass market brand just throwing that label on there, and it's like, yeah, they do that because they know that you recognize it, and then that there might be a quality perception there. But like again, it's a matter of like you could take a very, very high quality steak and butcher it, not treat it the way it should in order to create the final meal, or you could do all the special things that a nice steak restaurant is going to do to your steak to get you that steak at the end of the day. It's not just the steak, it's all that preparation, all that stuff that goes in between. And you might think, oh well, this company is using this cotton to make this T-shirt. Okay, that's fine. And that company uses this cotton to make that T-shirt, and theirs is way more expensive. And what's the deal? Well, the deal is that there are processes in between. Generally, look, to be fair, there also might not be processes in between.
Yes.
And it's hard to tell that because not every company is so transparent, open about things that they do. So anyhow, it is hard for the consumer. I will definitely admit that. But anyhow, there's some food for thought.
I guess Arif also watched this.
Yes. Yeah. Arif says, I enjoyed the new season. I'm loving it. We
gotta watch it. That was a good episode. I have to admit.
Right. Arif says, cotton and cotton accessories should be on your business cards. We sell cotton and cotton accessories. I'm really enjoying it. I was Reese has never really watched King of the Hill.
I've seen bits and pieces, but like I didn't, like sit down and watch that show. But now I guess I am going to. Yeah,
we'll watch the new season and then we'll probably have to go back. But yeah, it's a great show to watch. Stanley B says print, some brand name on the T-shirt, $500. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Sometimes it just boils down to that. Let's be real. But they're selling a brand. They're not selling a T-shirt at that point.
But even with the same brand, they have different products that are targeted towards different people.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true.
So some brands only get bigger because they're like they make real good stuff, and then they become the synonymous for like whatever they make. And then there will be people who are like, oh, these people make expensive stuff, So therefore, this is a luxury brand.
Yeah.
And then therefore, I want to wear that logo to, present
Right.
my, my financial status or whatever. It's just, different people. That doesn't mean what they, became famous for is any, it's not good.
Right. Sometimes they're just cashing in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on to some other previews. So that's the Ringer tee and a little side rant about that. I'm just going to take off this jacket, a little hot.
Oh, I kind of want to talk about the color names.
Oh.
I think it's good to pick people's brains.
Okay. So yeah, that's a good one. Before we move on, we don't know what to call these colors.
Yes.
Because
okay. Let me start.
Okay.
I wanted to call the lighter one, what I'm wearing, it's either oatmeal, and then this one, the darker one that Bahzad's wearing, mushroom, food related, or I would just call it like light and dark.
Yeah, I'm also not exactly sure. One I would call like maybe ecru.
Ecru and
Yeah.
I initially named ecru and oatmeal based off of just the
Tariff with latte and coffee.
latte and coffee.
Damn, that's
pretty
good.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
But doesn't this look like mushroom color? Like I thought of mushroom when I saw it.
Yeah, latte and coffee are a little bit more instantly. You kind of know what you're getting. Brown sugar, toasted marshmallow, cafe au lait.
A lot of
All right.
food.
Yeah. Okay, this is good. So anyhow, keep throwing them at us. If you can think of something, we'll then decide on sort of the color names. But this is what we're working with right now. If you can see them here on the screen. Okay, so yeah, we're still, even over here, we still haven't fully gotten the color names yet in Super Looper Lens. So this is sort of what we're going to be focusing on in the next couple of days. BD says he likes mushroom Goomba Brown from Xavier. Goomba Brown.
Goomba, like the
Mario, like a Goomba. It's not quite all the way brown, but I can see this.
Yeah.
S'mores. Yeah. Darker mud, lighter cocoa from Mr. Nobody. Mud. I like dirt, mud. Like I like those.
Yeah, but mud, we're going to have to use it for mud dye t-shirt.
Yeah, right. We do have a mud dyed t-shirt.
I don't want to confuse the situation.
Okay. So anyhow.
S'mores is not bad.
Yeah.
Toasted. Yeah.
I agree with mushroom. Maybe brown sugar for the lighter. Ghost Time Music said Lion's Mane. I think that's a good name. I don't know if it's for this, but here Leonardo over here, caramel and espresso.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Yes, it does. But it's just you're talking about this color.
Yeah, I don't mind that also. Yeah. Okay. We're keep them coming. We're gonna listen, and we'll probably have some names for you, at least by next live stream. But yeah, that's sort of the dilemma we're in right now. Yes, it's okay.
It's on my mind.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk new Super Looper, because these are we got a couple of new colors. We'll start off with these guys right here. These are some that I'm very excited for. We've got that purple, that old school sporty purple. I love this color.
This came out really, really nice. And it's just, we saw this and we showed off the fabric swatches, but like when it's a garment, it's
look at that.
Different.
Yeah, it looks so cool. And I think the color is fantastic. And then, of course, you got that orange. I've been dying to do an orange for a long time. Here we go. We've got that great. It's not like too bright.
It's not quite construction.
Yeah. It's not like emergency orange.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little bit faded version of
right.
Yeah.
So that's what we were going for here, and I think it came out really, really well. So we got two. I don't know how. Yeah, this is definitely sporty. I mean, it depends on the team, but like we really try to live in that world there. And then we also have the classic navy
I'm very excited about this navy. I think I'm gonna get a navy this season.
So this navy, you'll see it in a lot of different applications out there in the world. But this is a very, very classic navy tone, and I think in terms of like color embroidery, like you put a gray on there, it's gonna look really, really nice. There's a lot of options for this, but I think gray is gonna look really cool
gray,
on that one.
Ivory also,
And then a new green as well. So a very sporty green. It reminds me of a lot of different, like there was a green sweatshirt that Risa had that sort of inspired this one. And then like I could see it for a lot of different, again, sports applications here.
Yeah.
And so we've got another very, very nice green. It's not as bright as the previous greens that we've had before. So if you have the other green, it is slightly different. Although if you have the other green, I don't know if unless you really, really love green, I don't know if you need to have both. But
this is slightly darker, slightly more muted, and it's got this like, I don't know, tennis court kind of.
Right. Especially when you look on the inside, it looks like the green grass of a tennis court. So a lot of fun with this one. We are also bringing back some colors. So I don't have the gray, but y'all know what gray looks like.
And very, very popular color from last season.
Yeah. Burgundy is gonna come back. So
this looks also very bright here, but
I'm just pulling it back a little bit.
Yeah.
But the classic burgundy from last season is coming back. This was this ever popular? So this has got to come back. And again, it is a classic. It's my high school color, so I'm glad to have this one in the collection.
It's also Harvard color.
It's also Harvard.
All of you Harvard graduates.
You don't have to be a graduate. You could have gone there like me.
Or be a fan of Harvard.
Yeah, I went to Harvard and MIT. I went to both. Just so you know, guys, you can just go. Like, that's the beauty. Like, and then you can say that for the rest of your life, that you went to Harvard. If you just walk right on the campus, walk around the buildings, you can do it. And nobody stops you.
It's also very beautiful.
Very nice. So
the buildings are nice. The
I don't know what people waste their time studying all this stuff so that they can get this. I went to Harvard. I went. It's easy.
But you can't write that on the resume if you just went there.
Pro tip, you can write it on a resume. Chances are, if it's for like a very important role, they might check on those things.
Certainly will.
They might. But you can just do it. There's nothing illegal about writing it on your resume.
It depends on how you write it.
I went to Harvard. Yes. Yeah. Spring to if you go there for a couple of years, you can write how long you've gone there, and it works. Hey, I'd hire you. That said, we also have Mr. Sumi Black is back, although the new black will be blacker than this black. Yes. So it will be a slightly darker tone compared to the one that we had last season. Like, you can see it in this light. Like, to me, it looks black. It looks very black. But some people said it had a greenish sort of tint to it.
Yeah. Well, when we say Sumi Black is just like a shade lighter than black. So it's not like dark black. And then when you like do it shade lighter, sometimes like it goes, in the ball of pink to green, it goes a little bit, whatever. And I think it did come out a little bit on the greener side. So we're just kind of bringing it back to the middle and slightly darker, so people don't have
Dolphin says, I see a greenish tint. It also might be our eyes. Like, different people's eyes perceive colors differently.
No, but it's true. It did have a greenish
tint. Yeah, but he's saying he see it right now. I don't see it right now. But anyway, some people might see it right now. My eyes might be different. My eyes are definitely different than your eyes. But yeah, I'm not going to question what you see or what you don't see. I've heard it from people, so we're changing it a little bit. Okay, well, there you go. So those are the new and returning colors for Super Looper, and brand new for Super Looper sweatpants. So this is by popular demand. People were asking for sweatpants. And I know that people also like the shorts, but more people seem to like the sweatpants. We did the global survey, and the global survey said sweatpants. Ding, right? So we went with the sweatpants. This is going to come in every color, but I'm just showing it off in the green for right now. And just like our other sweatpants, it does have that side ribbing here, and drawstring cord, front pockets, back pocket on the back. So all the details are the same, except starting in the spring, we will have, again, there was a debate. Do we do it tight bottom? Do we do it straight bottom? I'm a straight bottom sweatpant kind of guy. I like them, but I also understand the elastic bottom. So how do we fix that problem? Well, we fix that problem by adding this right here. So this is a little drawstring that you can put at the bottom of that will be there, and then you can tie it up to your desired, elasticity, and then you can knot it. One thing that we're going to change, this is 100% cotton. I'm going to change this to an elastic style draw cord. That way, because when I put them on, I noticed one thing instantly is that when you put them on and you tie it up to like your length, it's hard to get your foot in and out, right? You have to undo it. And, I know with my sweatpants, if they do have an elastic bottom, sometimes I like to pull them up. You pull them up to your knees, you move them around a little bit. People tend to adjust the elastic part where it sits on your body. So we're going to make that an elastic string, and then you can tie it off to like whatever your desired like tightness is, and then it'll still have some elasticity so you can get it on and off your feet. Mm-hmm. That way you don't have to like always tie it and untie it when you're wearing these.
Right. And the beauty of this is if you do like the straight leg and you're never going to use this, you can just take it out, like cut the parts that is kind of keeping it in place, and then just and it will just look like any other sweatpants of ours with regular hem. So it's going to be always straight. So this is optional. This is the best way to please everybody, I guess. And I'm excited, you can just change the look around. We will see if we're going to implement this in double heavyweight. Because just the fabric is very, very thick. So I don't know how well this would work there. But I'm excited about that. And just to note that because of the side panel, this tie would stay on the inseam side of the opening. So just, sometimes it's out on the outside. But
right. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. Let's see some questions. Jasper says, probably very cozy in winter times. I think it's going to be very cozy in the winter times. It makes the Super Looper, at least the bottoms, a little bit more all year.
Yeah,
right.
Because shorts, I love the shorts because I don't want to wear long sweatpants at home in the summertime, and the summer is getting longer for some reason. But definitely sweatpants, long pants will have a longer time period of wearing. Yeah. And if you really, really want shorts, you can, maybe get a little bit larger size and cut it.
The tailor will help you with that one. Yeah. How warm is the Super Looper? Y'all can wear them when it's slightly warm or hot. I would say that on the hottest days, look, it depends on where you are. Like in Japan, the hottest days are like 40 degrees. Like it's hot. Like I don't want to wear sweatpants on those days.
You barely want to wear a t-shirt on those days.
But depends where you are. But I think that they're very comfortable, especially for the weight. They're very comfortable, generally speaking, all year.
Yeah. And another thing that we're making a change this coming spring is that Super Looper also will be garment washed. Yeah. So it will be a little bit softer to the touch. Yeah. And, that way we can also kind of get rid of the shrinkage that people are worried about. It's not high shrinkage to begin with, but by garment washing it kind of gets it out of the system a little bit more.
And so you don't have to play. There's no guesswork with the sizing with that. So what you're gonna get when you get it, and even with a rinse washed item, even like rinse washed jeans, there's still a little bit of shrinkage, that you're going to get from the. You're always going to shrink because when you wear it, it stretches out a little bit, and then you wash it, it shrinks a little bit. Yes. But that little amount is it's not going to be, it's going to be such a small amount that like it's not a make or break for in terms of fit or anything like that. And then of course it'll stretch back out with wear. So yeah, our steps, you know, are always just, you know, improving and making things better for the customer. Super Looper rinse washed will be next season. There you go. That's a new thing there. Okay. Thomas Hardy says, "Why do you love t-shirts so much?"
Why do we love t-shirts so much?
Why do you? Why do we? Why do you? Why do I? I can talk about that. Like, I own a lot of t-shirts, like a ridiculous amount of t-shirts. And why do I love them so much? When I was young, you know, it kind of like, as I was sort of getting into fashion, you know, I started in I worked at a denim shop, right? And it was when I first started working there, because it was like the denim area, like the casual area of a luxury department store. And we had to wear suits every day. Like, we were forbidden from wearing jeans and t-shirts. They would not let us wear that. So we were wearing suits every day. And like, me and the guys who were working in the denim department, we were like, man, like, this is not fair. Like, the guys over there in suits wear suits because it makes sense. And we're here in the denim department wearing suits, and nobody wants to buy jeans from a guy in the suit, right? So then they started making the dress code a little bit more lax. And then they're like, okay, you guys can wear jeans and like whatever you guys sell, but like whatever we sell here, but you can't wear anything else. So, you know, a lot of it was like jeans, t-shirts, and like, you know, button-down shirts and things like that. And that's sort of where I, like, when I was, you know, in my early 20s, and that's where I got my sort of love of like jeans and t-shirts. And I just, you know, I had a lot of jeans, but, you know, every week, you know, I probably would buy like a couple of t-shirts, because I just wanted to keep my wardrobe, you know, fresh. Whatever we were selling, I just wanted to wear it. And I also liked a lot of the things, so I just kept adding and adding. So I would always have like a big collection of t-shirts, and that just rolled on. So, you know, as I got older, I basically never threw anything out. In my mom's like storage, there's suitcases full of t-shirts. And like, in our home right now, there are just stacks and stacks and stacks of t-shirts. I love t-shirts. I don't know why. I think that they're an outfit in themselves, you know.
Well, it's a very easy way to like express yourself, I guess. You know,
especially when you're young, right?
Yeah.
Like, I definitely wear less graphic t-shirts than I used to, but yeah, I used to wear a lot, like, you know, Mickey Mouse, or like, you know, camping shirts, like anything sort of vintage related. You know, I always love. I definitely have talked about it before, but like, you know, that style from like that 70s show, like when I was growing up, I really liked that look. And so I always appreciated that. So anything that sort of looked like 70s, 80s, I really appreciated it. So any kind of old vintage looking t-shirt, I definitely loved. And yeah, I don't know. I love them. Sometimes you don't know why you love something. It's like jeans. What really makes me love jeans so much? I don't know. Right. But there is something about it that is very interesting, and the deeper you get into it, the more you appreciate it. And the same sort of thing with t-shirts. Like, t-shirts, I think maybe less so than, well, I think it's not less so. It's just that there's less known about like t-shirt construction compared to like denim construction, and that's certainly.
Yeah, but t-shirts is also like way more like, you know, I mean, you gotta wear something. You know, you can't just walk around naked. So you, as the garment that you minimum have to wear, this is the most comfortable and the most, you know, it's just like, it makes sense, right? You know, like, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense in all of the like outfit situation, but like, just as a base layer, it totally makes sense. Like, your arms are free and, you know, not covered, but your armpits are covered. You know, it's like, I don't know, it just makes sense.
Can you believe that t-shirts have only been around for like 100-ish years, right? As a garment, like this is still a relatively new invention, and to me, it's just like, sometimes you think back to history and you're like, it took you that long to figure this out, right? And like, boy, I'm just saying, for all the achievements of humanity over time, we made the pyramids, but we couldn't figure out the t-shirt. Come on, man! Somebody missed something there. This is one of the greatest inventions of humanity, is the t-shirt. We all wear them, just like jeans. We all wear them. We all have them. And a good t-shirt is something that we can all certainly appreciate.
Yeah, and it's comfortable enough that like you can wear it as underwear. You can wear it at home. You can wear it to sleep.
Yeah.
It's just there is no time of the day that you really can't wear t-shirts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. The Raven says, ever since I was a kid, I hated wearing graphic tees for some reason. I always preferred plain. Sure, I get that sentiment. Look, the Moore says, and I'm with you, Bahzad, I collect t-shirts, and t-shirts can add a bit of whimsy to a casual look. For me, as I've gotten older, I find that my desire to wear graphic tees have gone down.
Your desire to look whimsical has gone down.
Well, sometimes I just feel like maybe I'm too old to be...
Yes.
Look, I don't want to be... a t-shirt for me always sort of meant, like, I'm advertising something about me, right? And, like, sometimes I want to be a little more low-key. Like, but, my desire to express myself through my clothes, it hasn't changed. It's just I do it in a little bit of a different way. Maybe the graphics that I like are now more on mugs than they are on, my t-shirts. Look, I will certainly still wear a graphic t-shirt from time to time. I'm actually not against them. I have a lot of them. Sometimes I appreciate them more just as they are rather than putting them on. Yeah, I can see that. But when I was young, I loved graphic t-shirts. I wore a lot of them. I also worked for Diesel for a long time, and we sold. That's all we sold, graphic t-shirts. So I had a lot of Diesel t-shirts. McKinley says, "You're a spring chicken, Bahzad."
What does that mean?
I'm a youngster. I'm a whippersnapper. Maybe. I'm in a mix. I think our generation is a mix of we feel younger. Even like if you're in my age, if you were born in the 80s, you feel younger than your age compared to what you felt somebody this age was when you were a kid.
Yes, but we also know that we're definitely not the same as people in their 20s
today. Yeah, I'm well aware that
very aware of that. So that's just puts us in a weird situation, I think.
Right. But yeah, it is we're very different from our previous generations, I find, in that respect. That I would say that we're closer to the younger generation in terms of like, we're not with it. Like you know why? I feel like because back then, this is Rant Bahzad, this is Uncle Bahzad talking. Back then, as you got older, the separation from the culture sort of just grew wide because you had things to do. You had work, you had kids, you had all this stuff to do. You didn't have time to be up to date with what's fresh and what's going on now. But now it's certainly a lot more accessible to know what the heck is going on. Right? So you're not really that, maybe you're not going to use the slang that some of the kids use, but you're aware of it in a much more sort of meaningful way. Yeah. And
I feel like it's just because everybody in this generation acts like that it is more acceptable. I think, back in the days, even like every now and then you have like friends with like cool parents, but they stand out, like when you become parents, like people kind of feel the pressure to act a certain way. And
now I feel every parent is a cool parent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing, but I think that's a big difference.
That's for sure. Keegan says, my wife telling me 5 years ago to stop wearing the graphic tees started my entire journey into raw denim and better made things.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
That's a great advice from the wife.
Sure. Look, I would say that simple shirts, jeans, boots, like this kind of stuff, I feel like a lot of guys, especially now, and especially since this message is really sort of out much more so in the world, if you're on like, you follow like fashion YouTuber type of things, a lot of people went from like, oh, here's high fashion to, or like the latest trendy fashion to, guys, we just need to start wearing like classic stuff, flannels, sweatshirts, jeans, cargos, boots, you know, like the classics have never died. And like a lot of people are starting to realize that, and a lot of people are starting to realize that a lot younger in life, which I like, which means that they're going to be better consumers. They're going to be better, you know, much more meaningful shoppers as their life goes on, right? And that will also force, in a way, brands to be a lot more conscious of like the kinds of products that they make, right? It's not about the fastest, latest trends anymore, and that might hurt their bottom line, and they might think, oh man, what are we gonna do, right? Like at some point, like you know, when you're a big company with a lot of shareholders, like you're not so much beholden to your consumer, you're beholden to your investors, right? So how do we keep selling? How do we keep selling? Like that's got to be their mindset. Whereas like when you're a brand like us, like, you know, that's it. Like, you know, we're not the same. Like, you know, obviously we want to sell stuff and make money, but it's like, it's not like every year has to be super giant growth. Like it just, if this year is a little bit less than last year and the next year is a little bit more, it's all fine. Like we just have to be steady and like earn our income for ourselves. Like,
well,
you know,
what we have to, you know, be careful about is making stuff that we have the audience for, making stuff that we can sell, right? Like we're very much more conscious of that as opposed to like we won't have enough, you know, for instance, we won't have enough inventory to sell. Sure. Like if you have to answer to, you know, somebody who's looking at, you know, how profitable we are, like being sold out of things half the year is really not
it's good. Really not good.
But because we're not, you know, that's not our priority, being stuck with a lot of inventory is a way scarier thought. Sure. And it's way worse. And so, you know, not that we're trying to be like, you know, sell out of everything kind of thing, but like that's kind of a big difference in my head. But
also I would say that there's two things that pop in my head. There's, when we make product like this, we're making, you know, it's obviously we're the opposite of fast fashion. Mm-hmm. But fast fashion's goal is like flood the store with as much inventory as possible, and hopefully the customer comes in and likes what we made and they buy it. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's, you know, based off of their calculations of trends and this and that. But it's just like flood the world with inventory, cheap, and hopefully they buy it. And like if you walk into one of those stores, you're like, you look at the amount of stock that's everywhere. I'm like, they can't possibly sell all this stuff. No, right? And so like what happens to it, right? You know, like liquidated, or maybe who even knows, right? Mm-hmm. But like in our realm, like we make stuff and then it sells out, and so that means we made enough stuff, generally speaking, for the amount of people that wanted it. So like, you know, you're not overproducing anything, you're making stuff in a very sort of meaningful way that, you know, you're not being wasteful in that respect.
And then we always remake it. If it's like a popular thing that took, you know, shorter amount of time than we expected to sell out, then we always remake it so that people can buy it. And that just proves that we have demands for it. When we are going with the production, we actually don't know. Obviously, we have, you know, wholesale customers who are committed to certain units and all of that, but like we actually don't know. None of us actually know if people are going to spend, you know, their hard-earned money to buy this product at this price, right? So like every time like we do this, it's always like, you know, okay, maybe we need to be a little bit, you know,
conservative.
Yes.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just like we also don't need to sell a lot. Like we can't be making, you know, developing things and paying for samples and all of those things for just to sell 20 units of something. Right. But, you know, we also don't need to worry about like, you know, selling a ton, because what are we gonna do? Right. Like that we don't need that.
Yeah. So right. And the other thing is like, you know, like our relationship with you guys, right? You know, we show you guys, we get the feedback, we see what it's like in real time. Whereas, you know, the fashion world conventionally, like the consumer is really the last person they're checking in with, right? It's like, it's the designer who has some sort of grand vision, and their salespeople, or maybe even them, their job is to like convince some buyer. Mm-hmm. And then the buyer's like, yeah, I don't know, hem and haw, okay, bring this in the store, and then they bring it in their stores, and then they have to convince the salespeople to some degree that this is the stuff that they need to be selling, and so and then they need to then sell to the consumer, who it's just like this weird like chain of command. Maybe that's not the right word, and the messages is just constantly diluted at every level. And so if something doesn't sell, who do you blame? Is it the salesperson? Is it the store? Is it the positioning in the store? Where it's like, if you just maybe interacted with your consumer a little bit more, you might know what works, what doesn't work. Maybe make things for them. Obviously, like, we have an idea of the things that we want. Like, our what we want to do is make the things that we want to make. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we've catered a community that sort of likes the kinds of things that we do, but we also throw it back and forth, right? Yeah, so there's a little bit going on over here.
Yeah,
so
like all this, like the new things with like the sweatpants or whatever, like those things are coming from like conversation with you. Like we decided that we're gonna make shorts, and then we're gonna make a straight leg sweatpants,
right?
And and I don't think that was a bad decision. It's just that like there's more feedback from you, and I was like, oh, maybe we can do this, or maybe we can do that. And so I think this is also why I think the kind of direct to consumer brands, like regardless of it's Uniqlo, for instance, mm-hmm. they're also direct to consumer, and they can like react to the feedback from the customers or the reviews, and how well the things sell. Like they can react to it and plan the next season accordingly. A lot easier than brands who's have to deal with department stores and the buyers, right. And all those things. So I think there is a reason why those direct-to-consumer models are way more successful this
era.
Yeah. And obviously it's not nearly the same scale or the same way of doing things.
Yeah, us and Uniqlo, there's a big there's a bit of a gap.
Yeah. But I think the idea is actually the same. It's just that we're a lot more.
We're a little more, well, not a lot more, a little more niche. We're a lot more niche in the kinds of things that we make. Mm-hmm. And anyhow, that's here, Xavier Sosa says, it's the real artist life. You don't have to be number one pop star as long as you can go on tour and make the art. It's enough. And that's how I feel about this. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be number one. I don't have to dominate the world. Hey, you know what? If we carved out our own little corner and we're happy with the products that we're make, at the end of the day, like, we are very satisfied with the kinds of products that we make, and I think our customers are satisfied with the kind of products that we create for them, and like that's enough for me.
Yeah,
right.
This is the happy point where this could be our full-time job. Like this is how we make our living. This
went from part-time on the side of doing another full-time job.
Yeah. To be fair, we like that job too, but it's just like for us, like this is our full-time job. This is also our interest, just in general. This is what we want to do with life, and that it's sustainable for us, at least right now.
Right.
For us to be doing this. Whereas like once you have a boss, or once you have a shareholder or whatever, like you have to answer to, that becomes a job.
Right. Like the fact is, like, if you have a shareholder, you're pleasing another person, right? Your job is to please the shareholder. And like, I don't want to be ever in that position. I want to please the customer. The customer is number one. The customer is most important. And so, again, just for us, it's just like cutting out all the unnecessary parts of the business. Mm-hmm. Trade shows, see you later. Department stores, get out of here, right? Shareholders, nah, we're good. You know what? We'll grow slowly, little by little, profit little by little, save, be cautious with our money, and build it up ourselves so that we don't have to do all the things that we don't want to do.
Exactly.
Right? And so far, so good. And we've got some cool stuff. Mm-hmm. We've got some cool stuff. We've made some cool stuff. So let's talk about some more cool things that are coming your way. And that is 2 new colors of Ultimate Pima, right? So we've got the khaki green. So we've got that sort of classic sort of army green, dark green look. in that ultimate. This is the 100% ultimate Pima, super soft cotton.
Yeah.
And if you guys have known this t-shirt before, it's been around for a while. Very, very, very comfortable. It's heavyweight without being like extremely heavyweight, and a great all year wear. And then we're also introducing in a crew version. We have to change the tag.
Yeah. So both of us, like, you know, we only had the white and black so far, so we color match those tags.
Yeah.
Now we have to make a tag for the other colors,
So,
which is really inefficient, but
it's okay.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
So we'll now have a crew version of the ultimate Pima, so an unbleached cotton. So we're gonna have to match the tag in some way for that as well. And you can see it's got that beautiful texture and tone to it. And it's going to be, this is like our luxury t-shirt, like our very, very comfortable tee. And this is a Tsuriami knit construction as well. So this will be, in addition to the black and the white, we'll now have khaki green and a crew.
Wow. Yeah. It's so, and you know, it's kind of interesting because I think that you know, when you say ecru, it just means the natural color of the cotton, right? And I think it's different from like regular ecru, like undyed cotton color. It's got a little bit more like
yellowness to it.
Like an orange pinkness to the color, and I feel like it's
this is elastic crew, for example.
Right. Yeah, right? It's definitely more pink, like peachy color.
Right.
And I think it's just the natural color of Ultimate Pima, I would imagine. But it's interesting how different it looks.
Yeah, different. Look, you know, different cotton varieties gonna have different tones. So when you go unbleached, you're gonna get that full on, you know, natural color, and the natural color of this cotton is a little bit more warm toned. Yeah.
Peachy.
Yeah. So that's gonna be the new Ultimate Pima Ecru. We've having a lot of success in Ecru land lately, so we're just adding it more to the collection.
And can I go ahead of myself? I'm spilling the beans. I'm the one spilling the beans today. Yep. We're working on the navy as well. That's going to be not the spring, but the fall. But I think Ultimate Pima could use a little color variety, so we're expanding from 2 colors to 4 to 5.
Yeah, so there you go. And then as far as color is concerned, you guys have seen these already, but we're going to re-explore this land as well. Oh, wait, before we do that, let's answer some questions. Fiction writes, hey guys, I have bought like 3 shirts in total from Wonder Looper, and I'm thinking about getting the FoxFibre double heavyweight hoodie. Does anyone in the chat have one and can review it briefly? I have one, but my review might be a little biased. But what you got to know about the not just the FoxFibre double heavyweight, but the double heavyweight in general, is that it is a beefy boy. It is like wearing a jacket. It is not like wearing a soft, you know, flowy sweatshirt. When you put it on, it's very bulky and very thick. And like, for me, it feels like you're wearing armor. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of days where I wear that in the wintertime and that's my jacket, or like it's that plus like a down vest or something like that on top.
Yeah. It is, I mean, like, you know, somebody earlier talked about, like, Super Looper for spring and fall. And, like, Super Looper actually could be worn in the winter. I wear mine in the winter all the time because, like, in the winter, you put on a jacket over your sweatshirts, too. So, like, that's great for that. Whereas double heavyweight, I feel like it's like a little bit much when I wear a jacket over double heavyweight because it's just so bulky and heavy, and you know, so I feel like, you know, maybe that's more of like not that like coldest time of the winter, but also like slightly less cold time.
He says the double heavyweight breathable. I mean it's 100% cotton. Yeah. It's heavy.
You're not gonna like sweat in them.
Depends on how hot the place is that you're going. Like for me, I think the double heavyweight is really good in say you're like, for example, you take the metro a lot or you're in the car a lot. So it's great for like I'm leaving the house, I'm getting to the car, and I'm going to sit in the car and drive, right? Well, you don't have to wear a giant coat, but you can wear a heavy sweatshirt, and that's going to be enough for you. Or if you're in the metro, most of the time, as you commute, like, I'm just thinking of, like, my days in Montreal, you know what I mean? Like, our apartment was, like, right next to the metro, so, like, we're not outside very much. So I can go into the metro, it's warm in the metro, and then when we would hop on the bus, go to the office. Like, so I'm not outside very much. But it is heavy enough that it's going to keep you warm for those times. Like, if it's, like, minus 35 outside, like, I would recommend maybe wearing a proper down jacket for that.
Yes.
But if it's, like, near zero, I think you're probably pretty good wearing that on its own. If you're particularly sensitive to the cold, maybe throw on, like, a light down vest underneath or on top, and I think you're going to be okay. Like, a light down vest, sometimes you can wear it underneath and you're good. Or, like, I have, like, a big puffy down vest that I would wear on top, but I've experienced that sweatshirt from, like, 0 to minus 30, and I've worn it in different ways, and I can say that I've been pretty comfortable in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, like, the coldest days, like I'm saying, minus 30, minus 40, you need to wear other things.
You need to be inside.
Right, you need to be inside. Yeah. Don't spend your time outside at minus 30. You need to be inside. Yeah. But if you're just outside, like, briefly, it's going to be fine.
Right.
Like, if you're walking the dog for a few minutes, it's probably going to be fine. Like, Mr. BD in the chat, I know he has a double heavyweight sweatshirt, and he's in Canadian cold winter, so he might give you a good sort of... I'm not in Canadian cold winter anymore, but he might give you a first-hand perspective on that one.
Yeah. A few people are asking about your watch.
Oh, my watch. This is a Seiko. It's called the Seiko Prospex. Sorry, let's do that one. You can see that right there. These come in a lot of great colors, and they're not very expensive. These are wonderful. This was given to me by my good friend, Mr. Michael Christie, at the Iron Snail. He gave this to me a long time ago. I really like this watch. The color is fantastic. I like the green. It pairs up with so much of my wardrobe, so I really enjoy wearing this one. It looks like a Rolex from far, but it costs not as much as even the tax would be on a Rolex. So I do enjoy it, and it's built like a tank. And these come in a lot of different colors. I think price point wise, they're like $300 to $500. And they've got them in every color you can imagine. Like, just classic stuff. They have, like, some all black ones, very sporty ones. So do go out there if you're looking for a nice looking classic watch that's a little bit sporty. Maybe check out the Seiko Prospex line. They're very nice.
Yeah. Nice color.
Thank you. Maple Texas says, does the double heavyweight soften up with enough washes and wear? Does it soften up? I mean, it probably softens up, but it's always going to be like a hulking beast, right? It is a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, go put it in a couple washes and all of a sudden it's like
floopy, No, yeah.
No.
Yeah. BD says, I wear my double heavyweight hoodie and my elephant jacket a lot in the winter here. In the car, in between locations, it's the best hoodie. I need another. Well, there you go. So, Mr. BD, that is the real world review. So whether you get it in the FoxFibre or you get it in the other colors that we have, feeling wise, they're pretty much the same. I think the FoxFibre ones are like 825 GSM, and then the double heavyweight and the other colors are like 876.
Yeah,
Slight
it's
different,
actually like
slightly different weight,
color too, because of how the dye works. So it's technically not every single one is like 875, but it's generally a little bit heavier with the colored ones as opposed to FoxFibre ones.
Yeah. Brenton says, I wore the full FoxFibre lineup to the Wonderlooper Toronto meetup back last November, December. I remember that. And it was more than enough at -5 with the wind. I also wore mine that day as well, and I had it paired up with a down vest, and it was more than enough. I had no problems with that.
I was wearing a down jacket over my double heavyweight, I think.
Yeah. My blood is still...
Yeah, Canadians have different standards for cold. Yeah, what's acceptable outside.
Yeah, it's very funny. Like, it could be like, 12 degrees outside, and it's just like, it's cold. And I'm like, man, it's like summer.
Yeah.
I
I still remember like one of the first times that I met Bahzad, and like Brandon and Bahzad were coming to visit Japan in November, and I was wearing like, it wasn't like a cold day yet, but like I was wearing a light leather jacket over a long sleeve t-shirt or something like that, and then like these guys came in like a tank top.
I was wearing a tank top. It was November, and like we were coming from Canada, and it was already like minus temperatures and snow on the ground, and I'm like, yo, we're going to Japan, and it's like still double-digit temperature.
Yeah.
It sounds like summer to me. Yeah.
It's just crazy Canadian.
So, yeah, it's a little different. Okay. Let's, before we jump into some other comparisons, I know some people are asking, let's talk about the dyed tees. So these are some other new t-shirts that are going to be appearing for spring summer 26. If you've been with us for a while, you might have seen these before, but you might have missed it if you haven't tuned in every single week, which you should, by the way. We've got 3 natural dyed colored tees. Well, actually 4. The third one is actually just a combination of all of them.
The whole shebang.
Yeah, the whole shebang. So that's the whole shebang. But before we get to the whole shebangity bang, let's go over these 3 colors. So what do we got here, Risa?
Yeah, we haven't really decided on how to call this yet, but this is the so this is the dyed in Amami Island, and Amami Island is like the island in between Kyushu, which is like the tail of Japan, and then Okinawa, which is like in the middle of ocean, really. Like it's just very much like a Hawaii of Japan, or it's very different. But these Amami Islands,
let me show you,
in between that, so it still has like more of the main closer to the main islands, but like also has its own kind of culture, craft and culture. And one of those crafts that they're famous for is their mud dyeing. And I think you know what, the other day I read something about it that's that like
so I got a map of Japan here. Hold on. So Risa, where are we looking? So this is all of Japan, right?
I think it's this one
over here.
Don't ask me about geography.
I'm not a geographical person, but Okinawa is the southernmost islands of Japan, and then I think the Amami Islands are here.
Yeah, so it's the orange ones that are those are Amami Islands. Anyways, so I read a thing about, they're very famous for like their fabrics that people use for kimono. That was their like big craft, and they're still famous for it to this day. But the way that they're kind of, this might be true, or maybe just one of those like like a myth story, but because they were like making these like beautiful beautiful fabrics, and back in the days the governments take over, and then they like the higher ups like something, and then they ban people.
Right, they take it.
Yeah, they take it, and it's like, okay, you keep making that, but you can't wear it. You're gonna have to give all of it to us.
It's like
regular, like like a peasant level people can't. It's illegal for them to wear that fabric, and because of that, some people, obviously that's their culture. They make it with themselves, so they wanted to keep some, and some of them, because the government employees are gonna come and look at your home and see if you're actually giving everything to the government, or to the higher up, and they would sometimes hide it in the ground, in those like puddles. And that's what they discovered, this mud dye. They have their mud has very high in iron. So, and it reacts with the tanning in colors, and because of that, they just kind of discovered, we can make a beautiful black with this mud dyeing.
Yeah.
Anyways, long story short, I don't know how true that is, but they do a very good mud dyeing. But their mud dyeing is the underlayer. They first treat it with a plant called sharimbai. It's a tree, and they basically like chop up the tree to kind of get the dye from the tree.
The barks.
The bark, and I think also the wood itself too. So when you look at the wood, it's like a reddish wood, and they take the dye from it, and basically they cook it and get the color out, and then they make the dye with it, and then they dye the either yarns or fabrics with that, and that contains tanning, and eventually when you mud dye it, that reacts with that tanning in order to get this kind of like a beautiful.
So this is this dye with mud added.
Basically, and so
you can see that it has a little bit of a reddish tone to the. Like you can see a little bit of the undertone from far. It's pretty brown. It's like a blackish brown, but it does have like that sort of rosiness to it also as well. So there's a lot of complexity in this color. And we dyed it on top of the ELS recycled cotton slub tee. So this is the base dye with iron mordant. And then there's also one more. This has I
think it's just more of that
of the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe slightly different way of treating it. We still need to kind of get to the bottom of it. I haven't called them to figure out more information. We will.
And
we're also planning on visiting this place in order for us to really understand the process, and that way we can talk about it with confidence and take some photos and stuff like that. But either way, we're going to make this as a product in spring summer.
Spring summer 26. So expect these 3 beautiful shades, and then we also have
the whole shebang. This is, as you can see, this is a, tie-dye method. So you have like a different, just like a little bit of a pattern here.
Yeah.
And it's going to be unique to each t-shirt. And you get all of the colors here.
Yeah, like we made 2 samples of that one, for example, and you can, they are all going to be a little bit different. Right? So, they are all made similarly, but, you'll see different spots and things like that. Yeah. And, like, if there's some dye in, like, the top part, it's gonna happen. Like you have, like, some little spots and things like that. This is all just...
Good example here.
Part of it.
Yeah, it's all kind of got, like, these,
a little bit of markings here and there.
It's like, it is literally done with hand one by one. So, there's no way around it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it that there's a stain somewhere. Just if that's you,
please
just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Solvents 1 of 1s. Yeah, they're all going to be 1 of 1s. That's for sure. McKinley says appreciate that. I guess there's some little internal chatting. The double was so new to me, having never worn something that weight and texture before as a t-shirt. Yeah, for a lot of people, you think a heavyweight t-shirt because, you went to the store, you bought a heavyweight t-shirt. Oh, it says heavyweight on it. It says heavyweight on it. Yeah, when you get the double heavyweight, like, t-shirts that we have, or the double heavyweight sweatshirts that we have, then you'll really know what heavyweight is all about. It's like, there's just a lot in the world. To be fair, a lot of people, like, underwear, like, level t-shirts, okay, those are light, like, very, very light. And then, okay, heavyweight is heavier than that. And, it's just sort of a standard tee, like 200-ish GSM. Yeah, but when you're in, like, 400 land, that's a really heavy t-shirt. It's a really heavy t-shirt. And you don't see that very often.
Yeah. And, sometimes people kind of we even do it, it's like 2 heavyweight t-shirts.
Right.
But it's actually not. When it's like, when the yarns are bigger and when the grains are bigger, it doesn't feel like you're like wearing 2 of these is different from wearing one t-shirt that is the weight is double this.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely feels different.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're planning on getting your first double heavyweight t-shirt, I think a lot of people will tell you here that, yeah, it is a different experience when you first get one. McKinley says, no. A Wonder Looper double heavyweight is different.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Okay, speaking of which, we have a release coming up.
Yes.
So let's talk about it. We've got, before we do that, everybody, if you haven't done so already, you know what to do. There is a like button that needs to be pressed, so just hit it. You'll know you hit it when it's highlighted. So just hit that like button. Let us know how much you appreciate this channel, the kind of work that we do, and it helps spread the word among the world out there. Maybe more people will find us and join our little community here on the internet. Okay, that's my little ask. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe. Now to the release. So we've got a release coming up next Friday here in Japan, which is Friday, August 22nd. We're going to have a release at 8:30 a.m. Japan time, which is 7:30 p.m. on the 21st. So Thursday the 21st, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So just know your time zone, okay? But that's when it's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be releasing double heavyweight t-shirts in every color, and the Tsuriami FoxFibre t-shirts in 3 colors. One, the original 70B, and 2 colors that are appearing for the first time.
Yes.
So know your time zone, you know the release time. And we will also be live streaming starting at 8 p.m., 8 a.m. Japan time, 7 p.m. Eastern, which will be Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tune in because we're going to live stream. That'll be our weekly live stream for that week.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a live release. We can answer your questions live. We'll hit that release button. All the inventory will go. Maybe we'll have a little.
Yeah, we're gonna figure out how to do this because,
last time we had 2 computers.
Yeah.
Okay, we will figure it out. But so that's what's going to be happening. We'll just go over the colors.
Yes.
So FoxFibre Tsuriami t-shirt. So made with the Tsuriami knit construction, flat seam. Okay, you know what? Maybe again there might be some new people out here in the world. Tsuriami construction. They know that it's those old-fashioned hanging circular knitting machines, and it makes it in a tube. But why are there side seams on this t-shirt? There's going to be some people who are going to buy this t-shirt for the first time and say, hey, I thought it was made on those machines. Why is there a side seam here?
So there's 2 schools of thought here. Circular knitting is just the way that all of t-shirt fabrics, basically all of t-shirt fabrics are knit. It's just knitted in a tube form, and it's the same for industrial, bigger, more modern sinker machine as well as old school Tsuriami machines. It's all the same.
I'm just going to bring that up on the screen so people can see.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and the way to make t-shirts without side seams is to make this tube, this the machine's tube size to fit with the same size as what you're trying to make a t-shirt in. So if your say for instance, if you're extra large t-shirt has a 60 circumference, I guess 120 circumference, then that's how you make the fabric. That way all you have to do is cut the parts for sleeves and necks, and that's all you have to do. You don't have to put together the side. It just, you use that tube part as is. That is a kind of an efficient way to make t-shirts. And so a lot of mass producing company does that as well. And but the downside of that is that you need to have, if you have 6 sizes, then you have to have 6 different machine going to make that sized tube. And you can do that with modern machine, or you can do that with Tsuriami machine. The challenge with doing that with Tsuriami machine, first of all, Tsuriami machines are very, very scarce, and that it is very packed right now, especially because the demand is high. So, it's using like 6 different machines to make one production, especially if like you're only making small amounts in extra small and double XL, for instance, then it's really not efficient. And on top of that, a lot of machines are already set up to a certain size and they cannot expand to a size double XL, for instance.
Or they don't want to. I mean, that's sort of the other part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But obviously, the mills need to be maximizing the
production time.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't also force them to do that either. But in general, like whatever sizes that they're working with usually goes only up to our medium or best case scenario large. And so our thought when we make these t-shirts is that let's not worry about doing that, and let's focus on having this products available. So we're going with the one sized tube, and we'll cut it to make the side seams, and so we would have the side seams.
So we focus on being able to get the fabric, and then we do a cut and sew method so that we can just cut everything to size.
Exactly.
So we can provide more sizes using, and you don't lose the quality of Tsuriami knitting, right? The quality isn't just inherent in the fact that it's a tubular construction, but it's actually the way that the knit is knit, right? It actually produces a slightly different shape in terms of like the loops of how it's knit, and then also just the tension that it's put on the yarn, and this is a lot different compared to like a modern machine. So over time they wear very, very differently. Now, so that's the reason why we have side seams, is because we want to be able to make sizes without, basically because we want to make sizes. But when we do side seams, and when we do seams in general, we use a flat seam construction. So you can see here, there's nothing like flapping around. It's as flat as possible. So this is what they would use on like underwear. And we do a flat seam construction so that there is nothing sort of here catching or, flopping around in there. So it makes it very, very neat. So even though it is a seamed construction, it is as flat a seam as you could possibly get.
Right.
Yeah.
Just for comfort. And the other thing about our t-shirts is the binder color also. Yeah. This makes a big difference in my experience. Like if it's set in color, it tends to like have this like stretched out look.
Yeah. They call it baconing, some people. I've heard people online. The collars sort of get out of shape and they just flop around, and over time it's just not a very nice looking collar. Whereas this really retains its shape very well. Very nice. And so that is another big key difference. And you're going to find that on all of our t-shirts. We always use a binder collar for that reason, right? And so just aside from the construction details, this is the FoxFibre Tsuriami t-shirt. This is the 70B material. So this is the original FoxFibre t-shirt that I think we've done 2 or 3 batches of these in the past. So it comes back. And this is our 70B blend, 70% FoxFibre cotton mixed with 30% ELS organic cotton. In most cases, it is the ultimate Pima, but sometimes, depending on availability, they might change that up, or they actually might blend it with other ELS, and it is always organic. So ELS organic, so just sort of depending on the availability.
In America, I think it's either Ultimate Pima or Supima. So it's both American grown and both Supima organic.
Yeah. So that's the original color, and very, very nice. And you got a lot of different gradations of brown color in here. And it's got a great texture to it as well. And now for the new season, we're introducing the iron mordant, which is where we take that original color and we apply a iron mordant to it, where they soak the cotton in an iron-rich bath. And that iron infuses with the tannins that are present in the FoxFibre cotton. And that's the tannins are what give FoxFibre its color. And those tannins are not found in conventional sort of white cotton, but they are found here in the FoxFibre, and that's why it has a color. It's the same thing that, tea, for example. There's tannins in tea, and it gives it that brown tone. So this mixes in with those tannins to give it this sort of blackish, brownish look here. So you have that very, very rich color here, all done without dyes. So a mordant is not a conventional dye. It is what helps dyes affix themselves to things. But in this case, that iron enriched the tannins that were already there and changed the color. And then this one is the Fox 15 blend, which is a lighter blend, so 15% FoxFibre, and then that is mixed with some ELS extra long staple organic as well as conventional organic. So everything is always organic with these guys, and so you have that lighter tone here as well. So 3 different tones, all coming from that same original cotton.
Yeah. So I'm very excited that we get a new color variation here in the FoxFibre land. I think a lot of people are excited about this. We are very much excited. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe this is the Iron Mordant is gonna be the most popular color this time around.
We'll see. I think this has been around for a while, so I think the fact
a lot of people already have this T-shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're a first timer, that's certainly a good one to start with.
I would say though, this is the color of the cotton. Like this is the OG. There is always like a very sweet,
Right. This is it. This is
it has
a warm spot, right?
Right.
Warm spot for the warm cotton, right? Yeah. This is the original natural color, and then these are the variations. So I think ever since we've shown these off, a lot of people who had this shirt were just like, okay, like now I gotta experience it in more ways. So this is for I think the OGs, and then if you're a first timer, maybe this is what I would recommend. But though, what happens is you get the first timers, they're like, no, I want to just skip ahead. I don't know. We're going to see what sells best when we release them, but we've got a lot of great colors, and I think there's a lot of people excited for these ones.
Yes.
In the chat, we've got love for a lot of Fox 15. There's love for the Iron Mordant.
I noticed that also. In the chat, Fox 15 people are more vocal about their interest.
So those are going to be coming very soon. Okay. Okay, somebody was asking about the construction date down on the binder color, which we just did. David says, I have no clue which is my favorite color. I love them all. Well, that's how we feel with pretty much everything we do. Everyone's like, which is your favorite one? It's hard to say. On a different day, my favorite one is going to be different.
Yeah. But we will bring it back. I don't know how quickly we sell these, but whatever the case, we have a lot. But whatever the case, we're always going to bring these 3 colors back, because I think this is just, we may add to it later on, but I don't think we're going to take away from this 3.
Right. Yeah. That's it. Edelson says, I fold my shirts. The ones with no side seams are harder to fold. Not a deal breaker, just saying I actually prefer the side seams. You don't even feel them. Yeah, on our shirts, you certainly don't really feel them. And then, it definitely makes folding shirts a little bit easier, because those are sort of guidelines, they're there.
Yeah,
so,
and just in general, when it's tubular, it's more likely to twist a little, which is not necessarily, a bad thing when you're wearing it. But when you're folding it, sometimes you notice,
Or I would say sometimes it can be a little annoying when you are wearing it, because sometimes I guess if it's a graphic tee, it might look a little off. Sometimes it's I have a bunch of vintage graphic tees, and it'll say camp or whatever, and then it's
slightly, at the bottom,
a little askew, and you're like, oh, and you're always just adjusting it, so that could be a little annoying. But if it's not a graphic, then you're probably not going to notice it so much. Okay, Sullivan says, do you prefer us buying from you directly or your retail partners? Which is better for you guys personally? Doesn't matter.
Well, we work with these retail partners because we want you to buy from them. If we didn't want you to buy from them, then it's
right. We would just be full direct, to consumer kind of brand. But those guys make sure that they have our inventory in store so that you can go and see. And like, that's also why we like to prioritize, like, through our retail partners, people who have physical locations, right? Because we want you to be, if they're in New York, we want you to go to the store and we want you to go and be able to buy that shirt in New York or Seattle. Somebody that has a smart spot. So like, that's certainly a big thing for us. Do we make more money when you buy directly from us? Yeah, but it also doesn't really matter. Like, if you buy from them, like, they've also bought from us, and it's all good.
Support of the brand it's the same. It's regardless of where you buy it, it's you're supporting the brand, and we really appreciate it. And I one thing I would know though is that, like, if you want to see it in person, if you want to try it on, and you go to the store and you decide to try to buy from that store. Don't maybe there's few dollar differences because sometimes currency exchange and all, and
they have to import it, and there's fees and all that stuff.
They have their own bills to pay, the rent and everything. So I'm just saying that sometimes people do that, and then but I want to buy it from you. Please support your local retailers too.
The industry term for that is called showrooming. Don't showroom a store. Don't go to it. Like, I think even in the denim world, a lot of people sometimes do this. They go to a store, and there might be some exclusive brand, and one of the few stores in the West that might carry a brand, but like, maybe you can get it for a few bucks cheaper online. And they go to the store, they try it on, the salesperson's helping them with everything, and they're like, okay, great, thank you very much. And then, like, they leave and they start typing on their phone. Don't do that. Just don't do that. It's not nice. I would say it's just not nice to do that. It's one thing if it's like a branded store, like, it's the
if we have a store, and you come to our store and then you end up buying online, it all goes to the same people,
right?
But
if it's an independent retailer, just don't do that. Drew says, which shop in New York City has the largest number of items? Do you want to check out Standard and Strange in New York? Though their inventory is probably very low right now, but they will have more soon. They would have
like sweatshirts and stuff coming. I don't think they have the short sleeve t-shirts on there.
But if there's things that you like, I think I mentioned it in the in my newsletter, there's things that you like and you want your local retailer to have, mention it to them. Right? Because the more they hear from their customers that there's demand for these things, the more they're going to bring it in. Of course, we are on our live stream. We're very connected with you, so we kind of know what you want, what you don't want, what we should make, and we can really gauge the interest of something. They have a lot of brands that they deal with, right? And so when people are literally coming into the store asking for something, boy, does that, like, their alarms are going off. Right? They want to know. Like, that is a very clear indication that there's demand for this. So let them know. If there's a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or something they don't have that you want it, they might not be able to order right then and there, right? But at least they know that for next time, they need to get it. They need to be carrying these things because people are coming in looking for that.
And another thing is that, like, the retail partners that we have, that we work with, they're, mostly like owners are on the floor, kind of, even if it's a staff that you talk to, like the message is like, it's not gonna get lost. Whereas, like, if we go to a regular department store and tell a sales staff that you want something, the chances are it may reach the buyer. It probably won't. But so just talk to them.
Good examples. Brenton here says, I've done that at Gerhard, so our retail partner in Toronto, Canada. I've done that at Gerhard before, but only to get the sizing on the updated 2X heavy fits before the Indigo batch. You talk with them to bring in the things that you want. And then Sullivan says, I've emailed Jean's store last week to confirm they're getting all 3 colorways of the FoxFibre, right?
And they're getting a bunch, actually. So if you're in Europe and UK.
So anyhow, we'll talk about double heavyweight t-shirts that are coming out, and then we'll say there are some available right now. We'll go through that. So, all right, I don't have them in any particular order, but double heavyweight t-shirts are coming back. Every color, short sleeve for now, long sleeves coming later. There is some long sleeve available on the website right now. Not everything is in stock, not every size, but we will get restocked on those at some point. But for now, just to give you a quick run through, khaki green, navy, sorry. We've got white and ecru.
Off-white, yeah. Off-white and ecru.
Right. Thank you. Then we have, I feel like I have some, we've got, black. Sumi black. So Sumi black is a more faded black compared to black. And if you compare it to gray and charcoal, which we have here also, you can see that they sort of all, maybe I need your help here.
Sorry.
No problem. There's a lot of colors here. You can see that they're all slightly different from one another. Like the Sumi black is still darker than, Sumi black is darker than charcoal. That's my best way to show that off.
Yeah,
and then,
type of gray.
And, so we've got the gray and charcoal, Sumi black and black. So all these colors will be available on the Wonder Looper website next week. And so we have some retail partners that we've already shipped to. They've received their goods and they've made some stock available. I don't know everybody who has, but we can go through the ones that I do know have launched already. So we'll start off with our good friends over at Cultism. And hold on, I'm just going to pull up their website. Hold on, let's do that. And then they have their latest arrivals. Gonna bring that over. And so you can see they have a couple of things online right now. So you can see those FoxFibre t-shirts. If you're itching to grab one right now, you can. They have some stock available, and then also the Wonder Looper double heavyweight t-shirts here as well. So those are available now. If you're in the Europe land, certainly a great place to shop for.
I don't think they ship.
Yeah, they ship all over the world. Yeah, absolutely. So check them out. Sizing, and some sizes are there, some sizes aren't there. But you can shop with them right now. They got their inventory in and put it up right away. Earlier this week, we shipped practically everybody. There's a couple people who haven't got their stock yet, but some of it's in transit. I had one guy tell me that their stuff is stuck at customs. Things like that happen, but
American customs are giving us issues this time around.
Okay.
So there might be slight delay with our American retail partners.
Yeah, but we did have one retail partner in the States who does have their goods, and he messaged me this morning to let me know that he has them online. So that's our good friends over at Fancy Groceries. He mentioned that they launched their website recently that you can shop on it. Shop all. Let's see if they're on the website yet. I don't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. He did mention to me that sold out in the Burgundy. I think if you're looking for a blue Super Looper, there you go. Okay, well, he mentioned to me that they were online, but I don't see them. But they'll probably be online soon. So check over at Fancy Groceries when you can. They also have these great milk glass mugs. I have one. They sent me one of these. These are fantastic. fancygroceries.com. That hat is very nice. Mm-hmm. They have, I have to say, like their photos and aesthetic on their website is very handsome. I'm very jealous. They do a wonderful job over here. So good for them at the wonderful people at Fancy Groceries. So check that out. Right now, it looks like Cultism and Fancy Groceries, but slowly but surely more of our retail partners will have their stock available. And then we will have our stock available Friday, August 22nd, 8:30 a.m. Japan time. That's 7:30 p.m. Thursday, the 21st, Eastern time.
Yes.
And for whatever time zone you're in.
But just make sure you join the live stream. Live stream starts 30 minutes before the release. Yeah. So you know exactly when the release is going to be.
That's
it. You can keep an eye on us. Struggling to
Yeah.
multitask.
That's it. What's it called? Garrett over here. The Wizard of 32 ounce says, I should be checking our tracking. Should be here soon. That's the inventory for Tate and Yoko, named after us. I'm Tate. This is Yoko, and they will have their inventory real soon. They'll probably have announcements for their release date as well. So watch out for that. So check in with your local retailer, support your local retailer, and Drew says, I walked past Scanner and Exchange. They said they had nothing in stock.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, I'll send them an email just to remind them, and I'm sure that, again, the more people, you and maybe if you're other people who might be in the area, if you go in asking for stuff, they'll probably react to that.
They have fall orders. They just didn't order t-shirts. Maybe they thought they don't need t-shirts. But
anyhow, let them know. Let them know what you want. Feldman says, ooh, they got milk glasses too. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, the Fancy Groceries milk glass mug is very handsome. It's a good mug. The Missing Patient says, the charcoal one I bought in April is so soft and fuzzy compared to the double heavyweight Sumi I bought in 2024 from a retailer. Did you update the cotton, or is it how the dye reacts with the cotton? The charcoal and heather gray, the yarns are actually different. So the heather gray and the charcoal are softer than the other ones. Mm-hmm. So that is just how they are. Yeah. It's the heathered yarns. The heathered yarns are softer. Yeah,
it's the same with like any other brand's things too. If you compare the same things in heather gray or heathered color versus solid colors that are dyed, it's different always.
That's it. Okay. All right. So you know what, everybody? I think we're gonna leave it there.
Okay.
I don't think we missed anything. I think we talked about everything we were set out to talk about this week.
I think so. And then, again, we're going to have an irregular schedule for next week.
Yeah, so the live stream will take place on Thursday evening instead of Friday evening. So please watch out for that.
And then,
Yeah, Adam Johnson says, when do we get a Wonder Looper milk glass mug?
We're thinking about it, but we haven't really acted on it.
With time. I promise you, it will
come.
Look, we love our milk glass, so we will definitely get that out to you one day. Brenton says, I missed the fit check, but is that a kangaroo around Risa's neck or a maple leaf?
Oh, it's a maple leaf. It is a Canadian coin.
Maybe I don't know if you can get a good look at that one.
You can take
this is a cool. Yeah, it's a great coin, I have to say, and the Risa's representing the Great White North with this one.
I don't know why my grandfather had it, but he had it. It's a Canadian gold coin.
There you go. Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Good. That's maple, and then on the other side there is the queen.
Yeah, the queen. So, anyhow, you get the idea here. It's small, but and it's shiny. But it is a little gold coin with the maple leaf.
It's a little piece of Canada that I didn't get in Canada.
You did not get it in Canada. We definitely found that at your grandpa's house. Okay, Xavier says you can use a drying machine if you want. Take it out like 15 minutes. I guess they're just talking about using the dryer.
Yeah. Look, you could dry your clothes in a dryer. Obviously the best way to prolong the life of a garment is to not tumble dry, but to either hang or lay flat to dry. Yeah. But all of us, sometimes convenience is worth it.
Right. It's all about, look, our recommendations are always about how to prolong the life of your garment. Mm-hmm. So that's why we don't generally recommend the dryer, because the dryer is the mystery zone. But and everybody's dryer is different. You know your dryer better than I'm going to know your dryer. If you've comfortably put things in the dryer before and you're okay with it, go for it, right? Mm-hmm. Some people's dryers are not great. Some of them are great. You know, I would say our home dryer, it's not the best dryer in the world, but we put things in the dryer also because we do. Just because it's convenient. Yeah. But somebody said, like, my dryer does not make anything soft. Everybody else's dryer, like, I know North American dryers tend to make things feel a little bit softer. So
and get rid of wrinkles instead of
ours wrinkles everything. You put it in the dryer, it is like a paper ball.
But to be fair, it is because it's a washer dryer in one machine. Yeah. That's just not like, it's convenient. It doesn't take up space, but it is not the best way, you know, and just anything, you know, like reversible 2-in-1, like those things you sacrifice a little bit of a quality.
Also, Japan, just in general, dryers aren't a thing. Like, most homes do not have a dryer. Like, I would say
most homes have a washer dryer in one.
Most homes have a washer. Some homes have a washer dryer in one.
I think nowadays I would say more people might.
Well, anybody who's bought anything in the last like 10 years probably, but previous to that, no. Right? Like, it's still very common for you to just have a washer and then you hang dry everything. That's a very normal thing. But like having both a washer and a dryer, almost nobody has that.
Yeah. Anyways, it's 100% cotton, and it can take the dryer heat. It's just that, you know, if you want to have a long-lasting garment, we do not recommend it, but we also know that everybody does it, and nobody's, you know, t-shirt just crumbled. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to mention also millworks.co, based in America. They put up their FoxFibre t-shirts, and they have the Tsumi Winter Looper. These went fast. So anyhow, there's
the thing is also one thing we want to be very proud of. We worked very efficiently and shipped out our wholesale orders in basically one day.
Yes, It was a very busy day.
Yeah.
I also want to mention that these Flower Mountain sneakers.
Yeah, they have sometimes really nice ones.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't own any of these yet, but I'm always like looking at them and I'm like, these are some cool shoes. You know, they're campy, they're colorful. I really like this aesthetic.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's ever owned these in the chat. I haven't, so like my recommendation is simply based on the fact that they look neat. I suspect that they are probably of a high quality. But yeah, Flower Mountain, I always am looking at them. They're always on my like sneaker looking at list.
Yeah, it's just I'm looking for the perfect colorway for me and the size. Sometimes I've found like a really nice colorway, and it's like, you know, how my size.
Like this color, for example, like is our entire collection next season. It's like khaki greens and browns and reds. Like it's all the earth tones.
Yeah.
With some navy thrown in there.
With the
Ooh, that's a nice sneaker. Maybe I have to get one of those.
Right.
But there you go. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap things up with a snack time, and we've got an epic one. Because this one is the battle of curry flavored potato chips. It is
green
curry versus butter chicken Indian curry. So we've got South Asia versus East Asia. Who is the champion?
Southeast Asia.
South Asia. Who is the champion of curry flavored potato chips? This is a tough one. I love both.
Yeah. Are we trying both?
Yeah, we're gonna try both. Everybody in the world loves butter chicken.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world loves green curry.
Green curry is usually very spicy, though, so we'll see.
Right. I love them both. Mm-hmm. I can't live without either one.
Yeah.
So which one is the best chip?
Ooh. All right, let's try.
It's tough to decide. Okay, let's just open both up. Okay, so let's do this. Interesting.
Yes, it's very sweet, buttery smell. This one's more coconutty smell.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This has that. Definitely.
It does not smell spicy though.
No, it doesn't smell spicy. Okay, so let's take a look at this chip. Okay. I guess a standard looking potato chip here. I have to say also congratulations. Like there's not a lot of broken chips in this bag. I always point that out.
Who are you congratulating?
I'm congratulating the good people at the Yamayoshi Corporation who make these chips.
I thought you were congratulating to us.
I always like that when you get a bag like that. So that's butter chicken. That's green curry.
Green curry.
Right?
Okay.
Let's compare those two. Put them up. There we go. Very equal sized chip, I have to say. All right. I'm going to start with
this.
I'm going to start with this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't have a very strong taste of curry.
No, it comes at the end. Like it's salty, and then you get a slight heat at the end. You get the heat?
No.
I got the heat. Like it's a little. It's not like red hot spicy, but you get a little bit of yeah. I feel you feel the heat. Maybe you got a bad one. You got a dud.
Yeah, maybe I got a one without the powder.
Very salty though.
Very salty.
Salty level is actually very high. Like I it's too high. Like,
no, I get the spice on this one. Yes, it's a little spicy. It's got the coconutty sweetness to it too.
But the salt really overtakes everything. You get the salt, and then you get the heat, and then you get real undertones of every other flavor. I find that because it's way too salty, it's a little. The salt overpowers all the flavors. So.
Okay, let me take a sip of my coffee.
That's where I'm at with that.
Reset, and then try the butter chicken.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I think my prediction is that I'm going to like these better. But we're going to find out. That one's a very spiced up chip. Let's go.
I think one that's got more powder on it. Oh, this one has a
there we
powder.
go. So let's do this. Get that Indian spice, that curry spice right from the start.
The butter though,
yeah,
it's very buttery. I like that.
Yeah, as a chip, I think that these are much tastier, and they're more flavorful. Like without the other one, you just taste the salt. This one, you taste all those Indian spices.
Yeah.
Throughout, so you get you really enjoy all the different flavors here. Whereas this one, if you like salty chips, that's the one for you. So I'm gonna say, I'm going with India wins. India wins. Right?
I agree with you. And the curry taste is stronger here too.
Yeah. The curry taste is stronger. It's a more pleasant, flavorful chip to eat. This one, I think it misses the mark in terms of its flavor, the flavor profile that it's supposed to be going for. It's definitely spicier. This butter chicken is not supposed to be spicy. This is supposed to have some kick to it. While it does, you taste almost nothing of anything else.
Yeah.
Right? So.
But these are both good chips, I have to say.
Right.
I like curry flavored chips.
Yes, I do. I like curry flavored senbei. So like Japanese rice crackers, curry flavored. Oh, they're very, very nice. There's a lot of curry flavored things in Japan, by the way.
We like curry.
You'd be surprised how much, but there's a lot. So I would recommend these. If you are in Japan, try to seek these out, give them a shot, bring them home. You know what? Sometimes I think is a fun thing to do, to bring other Japanese take on another culture's flavor and bring it home. If you are of Indian descent, maybe bring that to your family. It's a kind of a cool little souvenir to bring home, right?
Yeah.
See what they think of the Japanese interpretation of your culture's food, and I think they did a pretty good job. I think people would enjoy that.
Quickly, I just want to cover this tariff question because people we didn't talk about it. But the Minimis $800 exempt for personal import tariff ends on the 29th of this month. So what we're gonna do is ship as much as possible of the first batch orders that comes in on the 22nd 22nd?
Yeah.
22nd.
It'll be 22nd on our day.
Yeah,
so
21st for you guys.
That's why we're starting the live stream so early that morning, our time, because after the live, we are shipping all day.
Yes. And the FedEx, the service that we use usually takes like maybe 2 business days-ish. I assume though, like everybody's trying this thing, everybody's last minute shopping, probably. So we cannot guarantee anything. But our thought is that if you order on the first, like say,
couple hours.
Yeah, a few hours of the release, we should be able to ship it in time. It should be able to enter America without in time, so that you don't have to pay personal import tax on those. So I would recommend that if you're worried about that last minute, but you know, to be fair, that's going to be the new reality after the 29th. So I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Right. So just 2 things on that. If you are ordering on the 22nd and you are trying to beat the de minimis deadline, keep your orders under $800.
Oh, 100%.
If you exceed 800, just place the second order.
Yeah.
Just place the second order. Yeah. So each order has to be under $800. That's how the rule works.
Including shipping too. So just give yourself a buffer.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Also, I'm not saying, look, I'm just my this is not based on anything other than past experience with this administration's policies. They tend to do things last minute. I'm not saying that the deadline is going to change. I'm just saying there's also a possibility that the deadline changes. And we will know that probably days leading up to it. With this last second rush of stuff, maybe they're going to feel that this is an overwhelming thing and they push it off a little bit longer. Maybe that's my hope. But look, I plan for the 29th for things to change. I'm optimistic that things may remain the same for a little bit longer. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't even think the people in charge know.
Yeah. But also just know that like just because the deadline is the 29th, it's not the deadline for the order. Like you have to get that
at the border
happen before that. So and we also like, you know, we can't ship on Sundays. Like there are like, we also have to process a lot of things. So don't wait. Like if you want it in without the duties, then you really have to order within the first couple hours.
Order it right away. We are gonna be here the whole day. Like we are going to be shipping the whole time that day. Yeah. And so if there are any issues with your order, I mentioned in the last newsletter, and I'll definitely mention it in the live stream next time. Just a reminder. If you make a mistake on your order, you order the wrong size, whatever, just order whatever you want again, and then send me an email and tell us to cancel the original order. Okay, so that say you bought something and then you check the order confirmation, you wanted a large, for some reason it's a small. Okay, just go and buy the large. Send me an email, say please cancel this order. We'll cancel that small order for you, no problem. And whatever problems you may have, or you need to change anything, maybe you want to change the size of something else. Go and do all those things, and then just tell us to cancel the original order. That's my best advice.
And no PO box, no APO address, FPO, like none of that. We can't ship that. Just give us a regular old address, please.
Yeah. Okay. And Xavier says it should be 50% duty for those who are worried. In case you need to know. Yeah, that's right. So. For America, the duty rate for made in Japan goods is going to be 15%, and that's supposed to be across the board. So, to be fair, I will say this to be fair, the import duty before this change on t-shirts, on 100% cotton t-shirts, was 16.5%. So technically the duty rate went down. It's just that now it applies to things under $800. Will that change? I don't know. Hopefully it does. We'll see. But that is certainly going to be the case. I would say that like, for example, like in Canada, while Japanese-made goods enter the country duty-free, they are still subject to like sales tax. Whereas in America, you're still not subject to sales tax. Unless we have an entity in America, say there was like Wonder Looper USA, then you would be subject to sales tax. But because we do not have an American business entity, you do not have to pay sales tax. So think of it as paying like sales tax. The same thing in Europe. Like Europe, Japanese made goods enter duty free, but they still have to pay their local sales tax. So like whatever the sales tax is for their country.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can range from like, 10%. So sometimes some countries have like 25% sales tax. So even though some countries have like don't have duties with us, it's still, there's always some fees here and there.
Yeah.
Just, I would say that this, at least for the American side, it feels a little bit more like you're paying sales tax.
Yeah.
Anyways, which you would normally if you bought it in the USA anyway. So
yeah. Anyways,
Anyhow.
we don't control that. It's a bonus if you get it before the personal thing gets
or come to
away.
Japan and buy tax free, because we'll have tax free in the store. That's coming
soon. Yes, and then for a year maybe.
Yeah,
tops.
And then it'll be another system, and we'll talk about all those things. Some of you have already heard about it. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up right there, because it's been a fun hangout with all you guys. One of the best, and we'll be back again next Thursday night.
Yeah.
Next Thursday night. So it won't be Friday night next week. It'll be Thursday night next week at 7 p.m. Eastern. Ooh, what a time. 7 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. We'll be there to kick off the live release of the Double Heavyweight and the FoxFibre Tsuriami t-shirts. Yes. And we're going to be packing and shipping goods all day that day to get them out to you as soon as possible. So, until then, have yourselves a nice little weekend. Do something nice for yourselves and
for somebody else.
That's right. And we'll see you guys again real soon. All right.